As for your question there, Jay Hayes, they taste like chicken. Do some investigative into that comment. We've got Dave D here. We've got SRN here. We've got Attaboy, Flubber Dubber, Jay Hayes, cerebral palsy, not... Well, it is West Side, not cerebral palsy, sorry. Guys and gals, I have just had to beat haste to get away from hog's breath, and I don't mean I'm dating again. I mean the actual restaurant itself. I'm just going to move this view account over here. Oh, no, it's stuck. It is at one. Guys and gals, this is the time of the year we think of, plan for, and hope is going to be everything we've worked for. The time off, the life balance. As I just said to Lauren, who's here with us tonight, to absolutely say thank you. And this year has been same, but different. COVID, not really a big deal for military. It stuffed us around administratively in a lot of ways, yeah. Okay, but no one getting gunned down. So in actual fact, it might be busy, same, but it's different. There's a lot worse years in 2020, believe me. And I've been in a few of them. Yeah. We're going to see at the moment uniforms getting thrown in corners that might not fit in another 6 weeks. We're going to see plans fall short as borders close, especially if you're going to WA. I've heard the borders just closed and you can't go over there now because of the COVID. We're seeing the trials and tribulations between young soldiers especially. Do they choose to go and see mum and dad? Or do they stay with the girl they're chasing, with their friends, with their beer, the Instagram groupies that surround them? It's up to you, but always remember your family supported you for a long time before you got to where you are. And also remember when you go on holidays that, and again, Laura and I explained before we came on the stream, that although you may not have the uniform on, you are in the army 24 hours a day. And the opacity of that uniform is turned down to 1, but it's still on. And your actions will cry louder than what your words do. Been saying that. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Coming.
I'm so excited. It's only 7 days till Santa comes.
It is, and he's going to empty his sack all over you.
Oh, gosh.
And talking about getting the sack emptied on him, bam, look at this. This beautiful gift from Daz. Daz said this to me. I see you there, my friend. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to ring you up and do a personal thank you, mate. This guy is as Aussie as Bond's blue singlets.
Yeah, Daz is great.
Yeah, he's as good as an Outback promise. And he's written on here, congratulations to Kaz, thank you for what you do. And these are opals from Cooper Pedy. I've been to Cooper Pedy, amazing. So every one of those, like people might look at it and go, hey, look, Kaz, are they boiled lollies from Daz? No, they're not. They are in a splash container, however. But I don't look at that as opals. I look at every single one of those pieces as being manhandled, just like Epstein. And there is a story behind every one of these chips, shards, treasures. So there's a lot of hard work behind that, and Daz, I really cherish it more than you could imagine because I'm really eclectic like that, whether it be coins, whether it be opals, whether it be trinkets, whether it be artifacts. I dig it.
The chat is saying you're a little quiet.
One sec. My friends would say, never tell Kaz that.
That's true, they would.
Hello? Mama.
Just killed a man.
Okay, there's two things I suggest. One, I'm on maximum, which means you've got a plus button on yours, and if you hit that, you'll probably find that I will get louder as well. Okay, I've got beers here. That lass in the thumbnail, so to speak, that you're watching right now. No, I don't know her.
You obviously were standing next to her, though. I mean, that's certainly not Photoshop.
No, that is Photoshop.
Yeah.
and she's bearing gifts.
Looks like delicious gifts.
No, that I put that together before, just so you could say that is Byron Bay team. If you haven't been to Byron Bay, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. If you're a surfer, that's the place to go to. The waves look big, but they break like an angel's touch. They're lovely. The food is good. The kebabs are great, but overpriced. The accommodation is probably more expensive than anywhere else in Australia. It's completely overrun with people that want to be more bohemian than what they actually are as well. It's very fake news, but I tell you, I love it. You know? Connor Emery, g'day team, how you going all? Matty Bottle, good to have you here too, mate. On the beach, leopard too. There we are. Tyson Walker, yeah, mate. Sounds different tonight. I hope this is all good. I'm good. Wait 2 seconds, because I don't want to stuff with the knobs on my microphone, and I don't mean STIs there, team. What I don't want to do is stuff up anything that's actually going to make it any worse. So all I can ask is that you put your volume up.
It's not that your volume's fine, but it may be another one of those streams where the voices have gone deep again.
I don't know. Oh no, it's one of those, is it?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Can you type in there? It's.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got to be like a deep Barry White voice.
Is it? Can you actually listen to it, or is it?
Yeah, they're fine. Stoddy had a car accident today.
Look what happens as soon as you leave infantry. You lose your man points, crash your car. Do you need a reverse camera, Stoddy? We can look into it. Are you okay?
Yeah,
you're the medic. Help yourself, son.
Yeah, his tyres exploded.
What?
Hit a tree.
Oh, shit.
Let us know you're okay, Stoddy.
Was it a Christmas tree?
Oh, I hope not.
Wait 2 seconds. Team, one thing I will say to you. When soldiers drink and drive, when young people drink and drive, it's almost never because they don't want to spend the money on a taxi. It is because there is pressure from other people just to get into town quicker. Don't be that person. Don't let your friend be that person. You've worked hard. You can ruin a career. You can ruin a life or someone else's by drink driving, and this is the time of year it happens. Don't do it. You will be judged on your actions, even if you don't get caught. Be careful.
Yeah, it's really awful.
They used to put up the vehicles of soldiers that had been killed on spikes around the base so you could see the result of your actions. And if you go up near the walkabout, you'll also see stormwater drains where we've lost some of our friends that got killed there, driving too quick, misadventure, etc. I'm just looking for study here in the other phone.
Oh, that's good. So weird.
Study. There he is.
Maybe your voice just got deep with all your adventures today.
Well, I was at Wet n Wild today. Here we go, Tim. Threesome. Robbie Wall.
Hello.
Hello, this is Motor Registry. I hear that mate, you're too old to drive these days. What's going on, medic?
No, there's no car here, mate. Car's not here. No more vehicle registry.
No cash.
Okay.
Okay, tell us a story about how it wasn't your fault. Let's hear
No,
it.
it wasn't my fault. Okay.
No worries, Joe Biden.
All right. While I was driving home from Miranda, going up the
I know
road.
her.
Yep. There was a bit of metal that was on the road, and my car tyres, both on the passenger side, I hit them.
Okay.
So after I had to swerve a couple of vehicles, everything, and finished it up. Came to a stop on the side of the road and hit a tree.
Well, that's a quick way to stop.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You can't stop the start.
Oh, it sounds like the flu. You can't stop the snot. Mate, were you on retread? Someone's asking.
Well, on retreads, no. I took good care of my vehicle. I had brand new tyres.
Well, next time you should get retreads. Then you got a better excuse. Says, Carl and Daz both said that, and but that's also fake news.
Yeah, you should buy a lotto ticket. I agree.
Yeah. I did, and I lost.
Oh. Merry Christmas to you, Stoddy.
I bought one the next day, and went in the day, and they went, so sorry, not a winner. I said, boo. I'm a winner.
You know what? Next, I'm going to make a complaint next time someone sells me a losing lotto ticket. Why should you go there if they're just going to hand you failure? Stoddy, let me roll. We're going to get back to it, mate, but it's good to hear you're okay, and I'll give you another call so we can hear how you're going. Is there anything you want to say before you roll, bro? Oh, I don't mean that literally.
Yep, make sure, for all the people in there, make sure that you, whenever there's a defensive driving course, sign up for it.
Didn't help you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
I didn't hit anyone.
Oh,
Put the car to the side of the road.
Yeah, it would have been carnage if he hadn't.
Cricket ball hits the bucket on the lawn. The what do you call it? The slips, the automatic slips. Mate, it's good to hear you're okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
No worries.
Good to hear the medic was his own medic. Self-help.
Yep.
Good on you, mate.
All right.
See you, Mick.
I'll get back to the comment section.
Good on you, Mick.
So.
Wait. I hope he doesn't crash the stream now.
Oh, you are full of puns tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. So it's like Mike. I currently going through Kapuka and on holidays. How does it feel, mate? It is such a, don't mind the pun here again, the car crash, where you can go 100 miles an hour, then all of a sudden be stopped. And now it's relax, have a chico roll. You know, have a good time. You know, I feel really sorry for people in Kapuka because when you're halfway through Kapuka and you go home, there you are with a shit haircut, not qualified at anything, and it's like I can't really boast because we haven't achieved it yet. So it's like you're caught in limbo, like the lady that's getting her hair done, goes out for a cigarette with the foils in her hair and then comes back and the shop's closed. What does she do? Was my hair going to be awesome? Maybe I'm going down a weird alley there.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, you see it a lot around Penrith. You know, ladies walk around the street with their hair half done with foils in there, smoking in the street. You're going, you couldn't just wait till you finished your hair?
Some dignity, ladies.
Mm.
That's why you go get hair done, so nobody has to see you with it half done.
Looking like a Grogan.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Mr. P, how you going, mate?
Endev me has said, hi, Kaz, was the huge fan for ages, enlisted in September, and just got a few weeks Chrissy leave, proper loving my life. Recommended your channel to a few blokes looking to enlist.
That's awesome, mate, because, you know, it's all about helping others to help themselves, and we all know that everyone needs someone to walk beside them. Even the sniper doesn't do it by himself. He has number two. That's great to hear, mate. You're doing well. And it's also great for those in chat that are following, okay, your footsteps to hear that you've got through the door, you've broken the barrier, you're inside now, and you're still enjoying it. Because that tells them it's not just fake news from Kaz.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you just realise, but I get paid $1 for every 10,000 people I get in. I want you to be successful. I do. Here we got Freddie Cars here. Your voice is deeper, Kaz. I don't know what it's from. It's because I went to Wet and Wild and probably swallowed a litre of foreign's urine. You know, my eyes feel like I've been in Cheech and Chong's room for an hour. You know,
Your eyes are pretty good.
It's probably because it's burnt everything off the top of my old man retinas.
You don't need your glasses anymore.
I don't. I can't see it all now. Boys, you'll get. Let's talk about Leave. Okay, at the moment, what they're on is called BRL, and there is no equity to BRL, so to speak. Someone might get 8 weeks off. Someone might get 6. Someone might get 2 weeks off. That is because you earn days off. You have your leave book entitlement, where you'll get days allocated to you each month. You'll get days allocated to you for completing field, etc. And those days will ramp up and your leave tally will be in your book and you'll be completely different to even people in your own section. So never try to balance your book against someone else's, because they'll take theirs for family reasons, whatever, and you can take those days out of the book, etc. Now, when you get to, you'll have September leave, and those days can come out of the book, but you might be given, Chief of Army's directive is to give days off at allocated times for family balance, and that normally happens around Easter. It happens around September. Funny enough, school holidays time, so they do think about your families, they do think about your children. They don't do it for you, they do it for them. And then when it comes to BRL, ERL, Extended Recreation Leave, or Brigade or Battalion Recreation Leave, it doesn't matter. It's the same abbreviation. Then you can go and use more or less days, but there's core times where you have to take that leave, and leave should never also get above a certain amount of given days in the book, and that'll be decreed throughout the year. Something that happens but between Christmas and New Year's Day is normally the Chief of Army's grant, or where he will give around 10 days of stand down, so that those that haven't been in the military may actually have some days, so that there is an allocation of time off, because it's so important to give you that opportunity to get the hell out of Dodge for a little while. In saying that, there is people that won't get leave, and that will be the online battle group, those from all corps that are supporting the battalion, that has a company that is allocated to, if glass breaks while you're on that leave period, so there's never a time there's not someone on sentry, so to speak, guarding the flock, okay? And if that happens, then you'll have leave somewhere else in the year. But they'll be doing training as per normal, getting called out, sent somewhere to test the readiness system. Yep. So not everyone will get it. The other people that won't get it is quite often, normally infantry, that are left School of Infantry, okay, and don't have enough days in the book, and you may get used for certain tasks. I don't think they do it anymore, the guard mounts as such, but it used to be your first BRL or your first September leave or your first September leave. You used to be in the guard box for that. Congratulations, get your pollies ready.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be fun. Was that fun?
Oh, it didn't worry, because you're setting your room up. You still get knocked off. You get knocked off early, go and chase the girls in town, meet the girls in town that are wondering where the other 5,000 soldiers went. Poof, as the sailor said. And then they come back after that leave period, and their main squeeze has now got a new boyfriend with a shit haircut from Singer.
Oh.
Carl's got to go. He's got a fly team. Dinner time. I'll catch the rest after. Triple thumbs from Carl. Great to have you here. As always, the rooftop warrior, Carl P. Tyson. He's got a PFA on the 5th of January. He got his letter of offer today. I wouldn't have expected anything to be going through paperwork. So well done, mate.
There you go.
So, plus posting, then another PFA on the 28th, plus again March in on the 8th of March, okay, for the Corps of Transports, Royal Australian Corps of Transport, all the way. Got this PFA on the 5th of January. Got my letter of offer today, plus posting. How can you get a posting? How are they going to give a posting to you when you haven't got to Kapuka yet? They've got a lot of faith in you, mate. Well done. With a name like Tyson, I can understand why.
Freddie wants to know if that's your dating voice.
I don't know this said voice you're talking about, because I'm on...
I can only hear your normal voice.
Yeah, normality.
Yeah, Mr. Patterson's been listening to Tina Turner.
I love that guy. Oh, shit.
Okay.
We've got 10. We've got the 10 YouTube channels I recommend for you over the next 6 weeks too. That video will be coming out stat
That'd be great.
It's great, but you know the one I can't get past? The one I
What?
can't get past is Ocean, not Ocean's 11, Open Ocean. It's just a one-off video. 10 hours of some of the best, not fish tank action, but ocean action you look at. It should be on everyone's TV, computer screen sitting idle. The photography, the videography of it, if I had a hangover, I'd still be able to watch it in glee and feel a little bit better about myself. And I really hope that you guys and gals continue the PT over the Christmas break, but not through necessarily going to the gym, not necessarily going for the run, but through activities, jumping off jetties, getting away from, I don't know, I was going to go down an alley there. Go to the beach, go to Wet and Wild, just live adventurous and have a great time.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your shoes off.
Yeah, exactly.
Levi, that's a cool name. Heck, I newly came out as transgender, okay, and went to enlist in the infantry when I get older. I would like to know if that would be a problem with me enlisting in infantry.
No, probably not.
It wouldn't be a problem with the system. I personally wouldn't be up for it if you were coming to my organisation, but that's only because, we need to be as uncomplex as possible. And I'm not sure if you're a gentleman or a female, but if you're a gentleman and you want to get sexual reassignment to female, does that mean you're going to take drugs that are going to make your testosterone even less?
Will make you weaker if you are going to take female hormones.
So that wouldn't make sense. It sounds to me like a political statement. I wouldn't recommend it.
There's a laughy face in there, so I think it may have just been I'm not sure, because we've had trans folk in here before asking questions, and that's no problem. You just let us know, what's going on, and that's fine.
I don't think the world gives 1 second's thought to any minority group until they tell me they're a minority group, and I go, okay, what do I think about it? I don't know. I don't think of you.
I don't know. I don't know you.
I think of everyone pretty much the same. They treat me nice or they treat me bad.
Exactly. Right? I take people on an individual basis. So
not if you can't do that if they're a Siamese twin.
Well, maybe you can.
Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, good point.
It's not babysitting if it's your own child, ugly. You're off to parent, not to babysit.
There you go.
Babysit, they parent.
I wonder, okay, here's one for us. Stoddy, Mr. Fugly maybe, because he's about to get out of here. Yeah. Dave D, Mr. P. How many souls do we reckon are about to go on leave now, meet the girl of their dreams of the night, and come back to the sound of a Facebook message saying, yes, it's yours, and yes, I'm keeping it? Or how many of them are going to be somewhere and say, I would never do that, and then driving along, and then whoop, 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 blue and red lights, and my career's gone. Because guess what happens in the military for DUI these days? You can kiss your career goodbye, pretty much. If you are over the rank of corporal, if you're a senior NCR officer, you're done. If you get done DUI, if you get done under the influence and it's drugs, you're proper fucked. You'll get a notice to show cause, and you'll basically have your marching orders, and you'll never actually find out, would you have been special forces? Would you have been successful at what you did? So please, don't give in this moment of feet up, relaxed, don't do it. And you know what? The girls in the screen, they don't want you to do the bad stuff either, You don't want to disappoint your family after they've been so proud of you.
No, exactly. It's not good for you to mess up, make an admin mess for yourself. Don't bother. Just be boring if you have to be.
How many people do you think have an amazing life? Here's one for you, Mr. B. Scott didn't know about this one. How many people do you think have an amazing life, and then after one night out, snakes and ladders, their life is never the same again, all because of one night?
Yeah. Well,
sliding doors is such a real thing.
I've seen it. I think I've told you about the night that there was a drunk driver crashed out the front of our place once.
Oh, that was terrible. You can talk about it.
It was really terrible, and that's just two mums dead. like in the blink of an eye. And John Paul and I both knew first aid, but there was nothing we could do. There was just 2 corpses out there. There was no way to help. It was so quick. And so just don't think it can't happen to you. And also, if you're driving over the Christmas period, be careful of other drivers too, because it is the season where there might be more people on the road who maybe are under the influence, and you have to be a bit more aware of them.
It is true. And that one in Sydney, where I knew the police officer that was at it, and she was a mess after that.
Yeah.
And a family the father got killed when someone drove a stolen car up an off-ramp and ran into them. What are the chances of coming down an off-ramp, and someone's coming the other way, nowhere to go? See you later.
Yeah, exactly. And so, just be really careful on the roads.
What the worst story I've probably ever heard of, Fletch, listen to this one, bro. There was some guys that got back from overseas. One of them bought a motorbike, a big one, in Townsville you have to, in Queensland, you can go into your queue ride and that lets you go straight past your L's, all that sort of stuff, and basically be able to go on your big bikes. And this guy went to a party on his bike. Naturally, he can't ride it now because he's been drinking. And one of the guys at the party from his unit said, "Can I go for a ride?" And he's going, "Yeah, no worries." He took his key and got a girl from the party, no helmet, said, "Get on the back." 180 kilometres an hour he was going when he crashed. Both of them done. So this poor girl at a party killed because a guy said just jump on the back and had no way of telling him to stop, no way of telling him how to slow down. It wasn't even his bike.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's because folks just think it won't happen to them, but it could.
Well, here's something we can talk about, and you know a lot about it, Lauren. I want you to remember something, guys, as soldiers, and I've made almost every mistake you can make, believe me. When you were below 30 years old, men, you're going to do some pretty stupid shit that you're going to be embarrassed about when you're older. The frontal cortex, not really developed. You're going to have moments of misadventure. Police will tell you all about that. You're going to have times where you stretch the envelope beyond its capabilities. You're going to do things you'd never do sober or never do if you didn't have bravado or something to prove. Just be careful, team, because someone's going to learn from either your mistakes or you're going to learn from someone else's mistakes. And mathematically, it's you or them, but you are going to do it. You're going to come back from leave or get phone calls while you're on this leave going, "Oh my God, did you hear about?" And then you fill in the blank. And there is nothing you can do about it. Because either you're making these mistakes or they're making them. Don't let it be you that they're hearing about.
Yeah, exactly. And please don't think that your life can't change that quickly. It can. Because you could not only lose your career, you could kill someone. And that you might think that wouldn't stay with you forever, but even in an accident, it can.
Well, ask Roddy.
Yeah.
He got in the army, he was in for a year or whatever, and now spent the rest of his life on his back with a busted back, but not paralysed, so he can feel all the pain. And that's why his teeth are broken from taking medication and crunching his teeth to stop it. And that was just through an accident. Yep. Kane Pepper, Stoddy, you on the Krakens tonight? Is he on it? Is he on the Pirates Brew?
It should be, because he's had a big day.
In actual fact, what we're going to find out is that Stoddy, now that he's gone to medics, had to church it up a bit, and he actually stacked a moped after trying to jump a gutter and actually ran into a chili bush.
Oh, come on. No, that's not true. Sorry if I'm a bit slow moving. Like I said, I just had a massage. I just finished, right before you rang me.
How come when you say you have a massage, it sounds nice? I start thinking about coconuts, palm trees, and the breeze, and hibiscus, and that sort of stuff. When a guy says he has a massage, people go, "You dirty bastard." Yeah. What were you doing in Thailand?
I try to have a massage every week. It's good for my mental health.
Yeah. Hey, Lockie, how you going, mate? Can you please read that one, Lauren? My eyes are just done.
I can. I have my new glasses, so I can.
She does.
Applying for infantry reserves. Have my assessment day next month. 4 years ago, had an ankle ligament injury. Full recovered within 4 months and currently running half maras and triathlons. I'll be okay? Question mark.
Yeah, you'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Look at Dave's flag.
Yeah, Dave, the accidental amputee, he fell from just over 30 centimetres in a tree with a civilian leg. If it had been army, it would have been a bloody, it might have been at best been a, what would you call it, a cramp. But he landed on his civilian leg, bloody snapped it in half, nearly tore it off in front of his kids, thought he'd been attacked by a land shark.
Yeah, they're good. You know, that's a great story. I really appreciated the photos too.
Yeah, it was terrible. You know, he was lucky that Stoddy was here and told him, mate, I'm telling you what to do. Raise your leg so the blood goes to your major organs, but also so you can see it. Tarzan super grip, put it all over it, wrap it twice in tissue, and you'll be apples. Yeah. Happy ending, says SRN. If I had the choice now of going for what you're calling a happy ending in Thailand or going to Bali and letting the fish eat the tinea off between my toes, I'd do the fish.
I reckon you'd love it. Hey, Matt Borrell has said he had cupping the other day. I want to try the hot cups. I've had the other sort of cups that they suction on and then run across your body. But I want to have the cups where they just suction them on and, you come out with the big red marks on. I want to try that.
Yeah, but it looks like you've had your kidney stolen when you said it.
Yeah, but it looks like it feels good. I reckon I want to try it. It might be awful, but I reckon it looks good.
Hey, it's someone's birthday. Someone said sing happy birthday to Dave. Is it our Dave's birthday?
Dave, is it your birthday?
I think it's another Dave's birthday because we've already had Dave's birthday, I'm sure. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dave. The President of the USA. I've seen the movie. Happy birthday to you. You're going to be an old bastard one day, we all hope, and hold the bat up at 50, but don't jump because that's for when you hit 100. And this one's for you, mate. This one's going to be for you, Dave, just in case you're not allowed to at the moment. Mexicano, but also dedication to the COVID-19. Boom. Pop goes the weasel. There we are. It tastes like old beer.
It is. It's Dave's birthday. We need a birthday book.
We do.
Keep track of people's birthdays.
Look, we do, but it goes crazy. Birthdays, before you know it, every day you're going, holy shit, we're listing them off.
Maybe we need a little birthday cracking video. Cow cracking birthday.
Cow cracking? Why do you want to hurt a cow over it?
You're so funny.
Hey, team, hit the like if you can. It's free.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Leave a thumbs up.
Mr. Borrell sending a cake out to you too, mate. How old are you turning? Because you're streaming next week. When, if you are, mate, I have no, what do you call it? I can't commit to when I am or when I'm not at the moment. I am the as every father knows in a broken relationship, a separated relationship, I'm the chip packet in the wind. I will do what it takes to facilitate happiness on the Western Front. So where I can, I will jump in. I want to make some videos for you too. Yeah. I'm thinking,
Christmas week.
Jay, behave yourself, mate. You've already been quarantined, and now you want to start drinking the Pepsi. Maybe, pardon me, maybe that was the reason.
They're cheeky, aren't they?
They are, Tyson. In case you're streaming next week, I will be streaming next week. I've got a stream for you before Christmas, which is Friday, for those that don't know. Good Friday, so to speak.
Probably put one in somewhere.
I've got to tell you, team, while we're talking about the religious holiday, which is Christmas, or the family get-together day, no matter where you come from, no matter what your spirituality is, one of the best things I've ever done in my life was actually go to Masada. You know, and I was thinking today while I was driving along, my daughter actually asked me, "G'day, Kane, how you going there? We're going to call you North Side." And we've got West Side, we've got Jay, the Pepsi drinking freako. We've got South Side, which is Daz, the Hyundai driving gangster. And now we've got Northside, which might be Kane Higgins. There you go, Northside. When we went to Masada, it was amazing. And I was there today, and my daughter, I started talking to myself while I was driving. And my daughter asked, "What are you talking about, Dad?" And I realised I was reminiscing. And I think to myself, all of those that have never, or you're not in the army yet, what I can't explain to you is the things you're going to do, the people you're going to know, the things you're going to hear and participate in. It would never happen or could not happen unless you are in the military. And if they did, it'd be through significant cost of yourself. I've been through the Egyptian battlegrounds. I've been over to Romani, all through Sinai. We've been to the battlegrounds and the cemeteries through Israel. Been to Masada in Israel on cultural tours. If you don't know about that, that's a plateau fortress, probably one of the most amazing places on earth, where there's still the Roman built fortress on the top of Masada with the Roman camps that surrounded it, and part of the ramp that was built up to it as the people of Jerusalem decided to siege, and they realised that they were screwed. So then what they did is a lottery where 11, I think it was, survived. You know that, Lauren?
What?
Was
Sorry?
Was it 11 people left and then they killed everyone?
Sorry, I'm in Bronx at the moment.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that.
The Romans basically said to them, "You need to come the F out, of Masada. Come down. It's the hottest place I've ever been in my life. It feels like a gypsy's armpit in the Sinai." And you get up there and they said, "Look, when this ramp," and they built a ramp all the way up to the battlements, and they said there will be no prisoners once a battering ram touches the walls.
Yeah.
And so the Jewish people basically just laughed at them, stuck their fingers up, insulted them for the months that it took them to build it, and then killed them all. And then they all killed themselves. The day that they were going to get in. So the Romans couldn't get in there and take out their vengeance and their anger on the people that had made them work so hard. But all of the mosaics are still there. The buildings are still there because it never rains, ever.
That'd be amazing to see.
Oh, it's out of control. The Holy Sepulchre being in there, going over to Rome, being around Trajan's Column, where else? Shit. Through the Americas, through Asia, living in a Portuguese fort in East Timor, standing on battlements where the guy stood with pikes and steel helmets and flintlock rifles. There are so many things in history that are going to come to you by having a military career.
I love history.
It's beautiful. It's so good.
Yeah.
And you feel like you can sense their spirit when you're there.
Yeah, I love standing in old places, and just thinking, who was here? Who stood here, or looking at old artifacts and thinking, who touched this?
Yeah, that's true. Do you know a place that really sucks? The Damascus gates at Israel. If you don't know, guys, what happened was some amazing engineers built these gates that couldn't be penetrated.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Sorry. Get up.
What was that?
And so what they did is they called the engineers up to say thank you for what you did by making the impenetrable. That's the one. See? This is why I've got you here.
Yes.
And so I said, as a gift to you, we're going to kill you and put you below it so you can never do it again. And that's our gift to you. And you're going, what? Yeah.
Don't be good at what you do.
Great reward. Robbie Wall.
Oh, Rob Wall's here.
He is. He's been here for a while tonight.
Yeah. Kynan Peppers has lost a good friend last night.
What happened there, mate? Was it something unexpected or was it expected?
He said it was unexpected because he spoke to him yesterday and then just found out that he died. So that's...
Oh, shit. Kynan Peppers. I'm sorry, my friend.
Yeah, me too. That's sad.
None of us get out of here alive. None of us. There's no sequels. It's
Yeah. Lachlan Day has a good question for you, Kaz.
Here you go.
He said, Kaz, did you feel a change in the way you felt with family members and friends back home once you joined? Did you feel less at home when you were actually at home? Did this get worse after deployments?
I always felt home when I went home because it was Stockton. It's on the beach. Beautiful. Holiday destination. I don't really actually feel home anywhere, really. Because I've moved my whole life. But I do believe in respect for parents. I do believe that they come first. You've got to visit them first. And I'd always drive the 2,000 kilometres and get over $1,000 incidental. So we'll actually pay you to drive from Townsville down to where your family is until you have a partner and kids in Townsville. Then we'll pay you $7.80 to stay at home. So that wasn't a problem. But within 3 years, I looked at my civilian friends and went, "Yous are friends, but almost in name only, in acquaintance only. You have nothing in common with them anymore."
Yeah, I think that's the phenomenon you might be talking about, is that you've gone and you've lived all these experiences with new people by your side for some time in very close quarters. Then you're going home to something that is familiar from your past, but it's not really familiar from your present. So it can feel a little disorienting.
Well, they're your kid friends. They're not meant to be your adult friends. Your adult friends are the ones that actually see you fall or fly within your profession. And you're going to be surrounded by people where you've seen them, trust them, they can pay their own way. They know the language you're speaking of and developing. So you'll have more and more and more in common with your soldiers.
You're bonded with them very closely, and when you leave, you kind of maybe even will miss that bond, and maybe your bond with your family even might have loosened up a bit. So that's why it's really important, like has said, to go visit your parents and your sisters and brothers, and so you can keep that bond going.
And like Fletch says there, they don't have the same experiences. I translate as they do not know what you're talking about.
And that is true. So, sometimes it's better just to keep conversations light.
Yeah. It's, but you know what, there's no monopoly on that with just army. It's the same when someone becomes a cop. It's the same when, how does a paramedic go and have a normal barbecue conversation with the people he went to school with? Impossible. And no one lets a paramedic off the hook, or a fireman. They're going to say to them, without even thinking about it, tell us about your worst story. How do you do it? It's amazing. What do you do when this happens? They don't realise you're potentially dragging them into deep water emotionally where all they want to do is come and get an escape. That's the reason why I get so angry when you see people using politics in sports. People go to sports to relax, to disengage.
Exactly.
How can I enjoy anything if I see someone take a knee, when there's going to be a national anthem of any country? It's crazy. Lachlan Day.
Yeah, he's just followed up his other question. He said, Casey, if you say that your civvy friends are your past kid friends, how do you cope with discharging knowing that your entire adult life has been surrounded by military friends? How do you readjust? Well, you learn to adjust. As you get older, you don't rely so much on other people to be happy or to be grounded or anchored. You actually are anchored in yourself. So, and also most people I know who've got a military background are still very close friends with their military friends.
And that's lucky. I say that's an excellent question, and that is a big reason to make sure that you stay engaged with the civilian community, whether it be through touch footy, through sports, through photography, through hobbies, because that readjustment syndrome that you're talking about there can be a life taker. It can be very dangerous, and I think that is one of the reasons when people get post-traumatic stress disorder that they're unable to find their way home, because they're disengaged from the people that are making new memories that were their brothers in arms, and they're not part of that group anymore, and they think that, no one thinks about me anymore. They're too busy preparing for the next threat. And your old friends don't talk to you anymore because you didn't talk to them either.
And it's quite normal even in the civilian world to not still be friends with your kid friends when you are older anyway.
Yeah.
You have different people from different stages in your life, and when you get to our age, you've got kind of eclectic collection of people that you've just met along the way.
Yep. And there's a reason why an 18-year-old guy can't sit there and have a quiet beer and shut his mouth and enjoy it, because he's still thinking in his mind metaphorically, I need to forge a path and go out and explore, go on the great adventures, blah, blah, blah. Yet the guy at the end of the bar might be 55 years old, doesn't need any company, and is there because he's just having a beer and having people there, but not necessarily talking to him. He's fine with it. He's happy with himself, the stories that he has. If you ask him, he'll tell you about it, but he doesn't care either way.
He doesn't need you in his life to be a cobber, though, probably. Sad Boy says, I cut a lot of friends this year. That's healthy sometimes. Had to get my life on track and do what's best for me. And that is healthy sometimes, because sometimes people aren't any good for you.
That's true.
You have to have boundaries.
Look, that's all true. And you need to... a friendship is a relationship.
It is.
There's no reason why you can't have on your fridge a piece of paper where you've got a circle with people in your inner circle and what your army mates on or whatever, or your civilian mates on another one, and then family off to another one. So do it while it's fresh in your mind, so that one day you can go, who have I not been engaging with lately? And then reach out and be the one that reaches out to them, because this is a weird thing. I'm 49 years old, about to turn 50, and some of the guys in my life that were best friends, what you would call a best friend at the time, were momentary best friends. I can't even remember what their faces look like. And I'm only 49. I can't remember what my wife's face looked like anymore. So some of you guys are so young and have partners that you think are going to be there forever, and maybe they are, and if they are, then that's great. That's how you end up with the houses and boats. Good.
Yeah.
But if you broke up with her today, in 10 years, you won't even remember what a face looks like unless you look at a photo. So what feels like your life is being ripped out of your anus with a crab claw from Alaska, it all passes. It all passes. Our psyche is designed to recover from almost everything.
Yeah, exactly. Every person who ever got divorced at one stage thought that person was going to be who they were going to be with forever. So it is something normal. People come, people go in your life, and that's when you really realise the people that you cherish are the people who just get you, and you don't have to fake anything with. You can just be yourself.
And learn how to say sorry.
Yeah, for sure. And be the first one to say sorry.
45 minutes, Kaz, on Jibber. I'm off to slumber as medications are kicking in. I tell you, Mr. P, I don't know if you've ever had it before, but there is a medication you've probably heard me here talk about before. I don't know, Daz, if you've ever heard of it before. It's called Endep, which means end depression. But when you take that, when you take that Endep pill, you can almost hear that sound of the tranquilizer dart hitting you in the buttocks. And then after that, you feel like you're going through a stroke. You just slowly start to crumple down like a melting cat on a dashboard of a Hyundai at Daz's property. And it's a great feeling. But for 24 hours, you wake up the next day, you're still in the world of nod. As long as you had those overlapping, there is not a problem on earth. You will absolutely not even care that the oven was on. So be careful about your medications too, team, because
you must.
Medication can actually be where you live after you start taking them.
Yeah, exactly. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah. Were you being racist then?
Who, me?
Sorry.
Why? Were you being racist?
You didn't hear what you said. I don't know if anyone was quick enough to pick that up.
What did you say?
You said.
I didn't. I said it's a slippery slope.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I get it. Very droll. Oh, look, Lightfoot had one of those cupping experiences, and he said I should do it. I think I should do it.
What about leeches? Would you do leeches?
Well, if I had to, I would. I don't particularly like leeches, like when I'm bushwalking and that. If I get leeches on me, they kind of creep me out a bit, but they're okay.
What about botflies?
No, I don't want one of them.
Yeah. Everyone loves it.
The ones that lay their eggs in you.
No, the whole creature goes inside you, and they've got to and then it shits out of your skin.
Yeah, no.
It's filthy. They come out like a cork. I can't stop looking at that girl on the screen that you're looking at now.
A lovely looking girl.
That is what I think of as a dream girl.
I thought you wanted her to have blonde hair and big boobs.
No,
You said that once on a stream.
not blonde.
You okay.
Yeah. Proportions, face, that sort of crazy sort of look, just laid back.
She looks nice and natural.
Sorry, yeah, she looks natural. She looks great.
That.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much like Dolph Lundgren's lady. Who's a little
Look
like
at
that.
you in the background.
Yeah, I was trying to look like a sleaze bag there. Yeah. And there's ladies like that all over the place, just waiting for you to go, hey, can I come over so they can blow a whistle and get you arrested? What's that, Benadryl? SRN, a good short term?
Benzodiazepines.
Nah, I'm not going to touch that shit.
Yeah, no,
That's the one that even took down Jordan Peterson.
Exactly. That's serious business. That is.
What's it?
Yeah,
What's it, Lucky Days?
melatonin can help with sleep. Yeah.
Sorry?
Melatonin can help with sleep.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's just the same stuff you get with the sunlight, and then because it mimics your circadian rhythm.
The chlorine at Wet and Wild is great for your eyes. Any day at the surf is great for your eyes. You go to the beach and then don't have an afternoon sleep and then have a couple of beers and a nice dinner and you're done. You'll wake up on the lounge with a busted neck the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
It never turns out good, a lounge sleep, does it?
I really love to get into I have a little ritual before I go to bed. So I really love my bed. Yeah. I try not to sleep anywhere else unless I can avoid it.
Lockie Days just asked another really, really great, but it's such a deep question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you want me to read it?
Please.
Kaz, final question. When discharging from a service that is literally protecting your country, how do you find a purpose that can match that one discharged to civilian? Nothing can match it.
Look, for starters, I don't think that Australia owes me anything. I chose to do this. I don't feel like, and we've got to be careful that we don't think that we're holier than thou because we've done it, because we didn't do it to serve, to protect. We did it for adventure and to be around people that we wanted to be around and be in that perpetual, exciting Red Bull moment. I get it. The only thing I can say is when you get out, you have to rebuild yourself. Do not try to go backwards. Do not try and just totally stay engaged with those that are serving because now you don't have anything in common with them. You've got to rebuild yourself. That's why I chose this channel. I didn't just leave the military for post-traumatic stress disorder. I left the army as well because my back is screwed, because my butt, I'm not going to say is screwed, Popeye might say that. It's because I've got lower bowel disease as well. So I've got a trinity of pain in the arse ailments that play off each other, and make it extremely hard. But I created this channel. I had no expectations of it. And from there, what that's allowed us to do is to communicate in a way that we get to talk the way we do now. And there's probably young people in this chat right now that if we had the same conversation as this with them and the people that are inside their circles, they wouldn't listen. Because people don't tend to listen to the people in the inner circle. It has to come from someone else. It's like when officers in the Australian Army won't listen to an NCO, but they'll suck the dick of one that comes from America or England. You're going, how's he any different to me? Just an accent. All of a sudden he's interesting and exotic. Wisdom, there is no rank in good ideas.
Yeah, and you'll find your thing. It isn't the end of the world, when it's just a change of pace and you can't keep going forever.
Yeah. Iron Wolf's dad's here. It's been a while, been extremely busy. I reckon you came back to the promotion, Iron Wolf. It must be soon for you, my friend. Yeah. It's good to have you back, mate. What have you been doing? Let us know, Iron Wolf. I was on four drugs plus backup drug while going through therapy. I won't do any of the drugs, no matter how bad I feel. No matter how bad I feel, I want to know that it's actually real what I'm feeling. You know, I've seen too many of my friends that have, and don't listen to me per se, but I've listened to too many people that have gone on a downhill slide after doing exactly what their doctors told them to do, went on all the medication, and now they don't look like they're alive at all. Frosted over eyes. It's like stop the problem from being a problem by dosing them to the tits, you know, and even a lion will eventually not attack you. Yeah.
Wait, is Flubdubber talking about recreational drugs here?
I'm not sure.
Is he really recommending acid to people?
I wouldn't recommend that.
And I wouldn't be recommending any recreational drugs to a channel where we have so many young people in here. That would actually make me angry, Flubber, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. Or are you saying it's not for anyone?
No, but he's saying, what's this DMT he's talking about?
Yeah, don't go down the illicit drugs, because you also don't even get a second
He's
chance.
telling people to buy off the deep web. So no, I'm not really happy about that, actually.
No, don't be going down that, mate. It's a career killer. You know.
So I've got to be honest with you, Kaz.
Yep.
You can't have a moderator in here doing that when we have so many minors in here.
Yeah, I agree. I'll sort that way out later or offline.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you weren't just talking to Matt. You were talking to the whole channel. You know, and really, I don't know if we want someone who buys illicit drugs off the deep web in here in a position of responsibility either.
I didn't even know you could.
No, well, I certainly wouldn't have presumed that someone would do that in here, because I don't know how old Flubber is, but he says, oh, yeah, I was just talking to this guy. No, you weren't. You're in the middle of this chat, which you know is that, yeah, I think it probably should.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids, because that's one of the things like Kaz was talking about. You're going to mess up your life, and you're certainly going to ruin your chances of an effective and long career in the ADF if you are going to do recreational drugs like that. And I know that because a very, very close friend of mine lost his career because of that.
It happens a lot, you know.
And anything serious as that.
One of the saddest things about drug use in the military is there is people that are doing it that are probably doing it to self-medicate because there's a problem, and they don't want to come forward and get something potentially on their record and it's been dealt with incorrectly, and you're going to get caught. Because I'm telling you, I didn't know until I watched those shows on what do you call it, that one where you get pulled over? Flubber. Sorry everyone, it's okay, you've been demoted for this stream, mate. We'll look into yours. Your moderator tool been taken off you temporarily or permanently, we're not sure yet.
Yeah, because that's just not okay.
This will be known as the Merry Christmas. Give me your present back.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. But because we take this stuff seriously, we don't ever want to give you guys bum advice ever. And truthfully, to be encouraging you to do that, just kiss your career goodbye before you've begun.
Yeah. You know what? We need you to have the strongest resilience when things occur, and that comes from training, physicality, communication, the ability to express feelings. You know, and maybe that's something that needs to happen more in the military, and is the reason why it's there. But there's also a balance where we've got to be careful we don't get too fuzzy and start to become a victim mentality, feeling sorry for ourselves either for gain. There probably is. Humans are not perfect. We're definitely not. And that's why it's the danger of what we're talking about here, the army holidays, is we suddenly release everyone on holidays, and then what happens is they feel like no one's watching me anymore, that I can stray, and the generation now tends to be more geared towards your illegal substances than what they were when I was growing up and in the military. So what's normal, and one of the things that's removed from today's society that needs to come back is shame. There should be shame and guilt for certain actions and activities, especially if you're in a position where you can actually make someone else do something that's going to hurt them, so to speak.
Yeah, because that's how we regulated ourselves.
Yeah. I've had good friends that I looked at like, man, you're not who I thought you were when I saw them almost bully someone into drink driving everyone home. Oh, it's just around the corner, it's just around the corner. You go, yeah, but if he gets caught, are you going to go and say, hey, look, I was the one that said to do it? You know, in saying that, I don't like the way the army naturally goes, bang, you're gone for either DUI or for different things.
Yep, exactly.
You know, case by case.
Yeah, for sure. But it really will, like, the same as drink driving, taking drugs and that for recreation and things like that. They are going to, you will not have a career.
Yeah. By the way, Kaz, this channel had me motivated to achieve my goals joining the ADF. I've dropped 25 kilos. That I wouldn't even know how to do that.
Good job.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also started waking up 7 every day doing extra chores around the house.
That's duty and responsibility. Look, you can start doing that at any time.
And there's nothing wrong with a good sleeping. You know, but I tell you, since I discovered photography, there is a different world that ends at about 7:30 in the morning. Anyone that gets up early will tell you it's different people are awake. You know, that the world looks different. It sounds different. And most of the best things happen before everyone gets out of bed.
Yeah, birds are singing, different people out and about. They'll say gay, they're walking their dogs and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, 7 is a sleep-in for me.
Yep. And you know what? You're going to get to the stage in your life where you can't sleep, and that sucks. Even when you are tired and you can't sleep, that really sucks. Marcus, the Roman name, I love it. Hey, guys, just joined. What's up with everyone's voices? I don't know. I can't hear it, Marcus.
Just one of those glitchy streams, I'm afraid.
Marcus, we're talking tonight about, for starters, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone that's joined the military, to everyone that's in the channel.
Yes, indeed.
You know what? To just everyone. You know, this is a chance to put the cork back in the bottle after and then put straight back out again on 2020. It's been made to be the worst year ever, and it's not. It's just not. It's just another year. But for military members, they're going to go home now. They're going to, especially the people who join the army this year, are going to go home to the proudest parents in the world that are seeing them, not expecting them, and all of a sudden here they are home already. And it's going to be magic. Hey, Ben, how you going, mate?
Yeah,
Ben's just become...
boys came home as men.
It's very true. A boy doesn't know when he becomes a man. But a man will be able to tell you when he became one.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. That was good. That was profound.
It's every boy thinks that he's a man, wants to be a man. If you've got to ask how to become one, you're probably not yet. And it's normally an ordeal. You know, it's a reason why in third world countries, there is normally something that's extremely discomfort. The metaphorically getting pulled off your mum's tit, leaving the village, going somewhere, doing something arduous, something dangerous, and then being handed back to the village, but your responsibilities have now changed and you don't do those jobs anymore. That is not for you. That is children's play, or that is the responsibility has been taken up by the matriarch or the ladies of the team. But the job is now that you need to turn up with your shield and spear, so to speak, and you don't get to sit out. You know, and you've got to hope that you make it to elder, where one day you're sitting around the fire, watching other people put their hands in the bullet glove, you know, as they become a man. You know, you don't just get a soft landing into manhood. Something's going to happen, whether it be have a child early, or a situation, or that fledgling joining the police force, the fire brigade, not even an apprenticeship as such, is going to turn you necessarily into a man. Not overnight. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's not overnight. And you know, men aren't born with no adversity either. You have to actually face some challenges to become a man.
Yeah, not everyone makes it. There's plenty of grown men that are actually still boys. Plenty.
Yeah, because it takes some courage to go through a rite of passage.
A man takes responsibility for their actions, doesn't make excuses.
So does a woman. So does a woman as well. I believe self-responsibility for everyone, that would change the world.
Yeah. We're only damning men at that stage.
Yeah. I love Rob Wall's dad jokes, you know.
Who's the leader of the corn army? The colonel? Oh, God. How's the background music? I don't know. How's it all sound? Running the gauntlet. Yeah, I'd love to hear some of the stories of what's going to happen to some of the guys that go to from Kapuka, go back on leave, you know, and when they come back, some won't come back. That's going to be the funny thing. And
that is funny, isn't it?
I've seen some amazing soldiers who threw their career away by going AWOL.
I've met some who did it a couple of times.
What do you reckon? PK's saying, Chasm, feeling President Trump will win. Do you think he will introduce martial law? He definitely will have to, because you've got to remember when these riots happened, they were paid for, a lot of those. Some of them were had organic people that came around them after it started, but there was definitely, you know, who started the fire, you know, and they'd know who they are. But with the whole situation in America, put a thumbs up if you agree with what I'm about to say, and you can or you can't. It doesn't matter. You might not be involved in it. It feels like we're watching a movie where you can feel the last chapter is coming, and you know there's going to be a punchline. Like you don't know what's coming, but there's something coming. It just feels like we're going to go, oh.
Yeah, I think something's coming either way.
Yeah.
Do you need to ring your little one?
No. I went to dinner tonight. Here's one I'm going to explain to you too. I wasn't going to do this because this is not to try and look like the great guy or good guy. Cane and peppers.
That's beautiful.
I didn't feel like a man until my needs became second to my children and my family, and that was after his 7th kid. No. Cane and peppers. Thanks very much, mate.
It's a beautiful sentiment.
It's very true. It's very true.
It's a Kraken!
So what are you doing?
Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy.
This is going to be...
Welcome, Calamari.
Thanks, Kanan. Cheers, mate. We'll make you the sponsor of this video for that. Thank you very much. Mate, you may think that to yourself, I don't think I'm ever going to want kids. You know what? You will never know whether you want kids until you have one. Because something changes once the baby's born. That if you still don't want a kid after the baby's born, then you're probably never going to have wanted kids. But you won't know it till it happens, because my selfishness disappeared like a Zyrtec. And the only thing that matters is my daughter now. The only thing, really. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
so much so that today, as a surprise to my ex-partner, because a lot of people don't know, I didn't go back to the dating game at all, and I loved women, like the one on screen here, probably more than Jesus does. But, what was I going to say? I didn't date for the last 5 years, pretty much, because I did not ever want my daughter in her immature, young state to ever think that dad had replaced mum.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I didn't date, you know. And then today, what we did is we went and got 2 credit cards, the ones from your Westfield stores, whatever, both of them $500 each, to give her $1,000, just to be able to say, let's take some pressure off you. You're a hard-working lady. I'm a man who's retired. It's hard for people to understand when you're retiring for medical reasons, whether that be someone from a tradie that fell off a ladder and busted their back or whatever it is.
It's difficult.
It's hard to explain to people. You work, I don't. I'm doing everything I can to try and help people, which in a lot of ways can sometimes feel like work. But they just deserve a break, and sometimes it can't be just you're doing a great job. It needs to be a sign of faith. And so to give her $1,000 to be able to go out and spend guilt-free, it's an action that proves to your ex that by choosing you or saying yes to you years earlier to having a child with you,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
they didn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
but just people change, and that didn't work out.
Yeah, you have to try and respect each other and be respectful, and you still have to build a family together, because for that child or children, you are its whole world. And if you're not getting along, or you're pulling and pushing that kid, it's just going to mess that kid up. So if you are going through a breakup and that, try and keep it as amicable as humanly possible.
Never speak bad about your ex,
No,
even if
absolutely
even if she's a bitch or he's an arsehole.
Yep,
Because
that's
kids are
right.
watching, listening, and writing notes. Here's an excellent one too. And I laughed what Dave said. You definitely can't take kids back for a refund. No.
No.
When someone says I can't afford a car, I go, have you got a kid? No, you can afford that car. No matter what it is. It's not going to be as expensive time and money as a child. But it rewards you back as well. Someone wrote to Kaz, but how is Tinder profile going, Kaz? I've got one. Someone wrote Tinder is rigged. That was from Maddie Borrell.
Yeah.
They're one of the best videos I've ever heard. And I don't know how much of it is true. I think I spoke this one to you, Lauren, is if you go to Better Bachelor, and there's a guy who went on a dating several apps, and he dated 100 women after matching with 500. So he must have been okay. He must have been a bit of a catch. And he did it like a thesis and took all the notes down, the data down, and all of that of what he found with those 100 dates. He said 100 is enough to have made an informed decision on the way it worked out. But what I'd question if you were going to do that was, what if the first one you met, that you were her first date, and you actually met someone who was an absolute gem and would have spent the rest of their life with you? Be careful that you don't get involved in a game where you're trying to get up numbers, all right, and don't realise you've got someone who would be loyal to you for the rest of your life and absolutely agree that you should buy that speedboat.
Yeah.
Just be careful you don't make a game of the dating game, because it'll come back and bite you,
Yeah, especially if you've got kids. You do have to be smart about it, ladies and men. And like, I would never be able to introduce someone into my life who didn't fit with my whole family, and that includes my ex. So
that's your chances are pretty scant there. I've got a sniper from the 2nd Battalion Royal Australian Regiment, second to none, who's balding and angry and lives out the back, and even when he's happy, he's quiet.
I make him sandwiches sometimes, and you're going to have to be okay with that.
And I feed him through a hole in the wall. And by the way, he's a sniper, and you live in Tasmania with Tasmanian devils. You can get rid of the carcass. Yeah, open the door, kids. Guess who's over for Yahtzee? Yeah, nice one.
All my sons, yeah, exactly. It's like, you'll just have to fit in. Well, that's why it does get tricky, because like in your situation, if you met a lovely lady and she might be terrific, but if she doesn't want you to speak to your ex or gets a bit jelly about it, that just wouldn't work.
That's true. And my demographic now is the girl basically has to not look as exactly the same as that girl on the screen there, but that's sort of the dimensions. Dark hair, boobs, nice smile, is willing to jump off a jetty, and actually thinks that I'm a catch as well. So it's going to be a grind team. It's going to be a grind, and if I don't find it, then that's okay. I'm good.
Exactly. That's the same as me. I'm okay. I wouldn't even begin to list what I'm looking for in a dude, because I just don't think I'm at that point where I, want one.
I've got 50 years to find one more. Just one more.
Just one.
What do we got there? Jack. How open a question is this one? Jack H says, do you know John O from the army?
Well, there's a few.
I don't know. Is that like Smithy or Brownie? I probably know about 30 Jonos.
Yeah.
You go into a battalion boozer where there's 600 guys and go, Jono. There's going to be a fair few people go, I don't know anything, thinking that you're after a shout. AK is back home with PK, my favourite chewy. Don't let him try to take over your crib, mate. you remind him that he's your son, because he'll probably come back and try to staunch you out a little bit. Get some photos with him, mate. Get photos each year in exactly the same spot, and watch as you get older, and he, like a piece of chewy under a bloody school desk, and he becomes more and more of the man. Learn to cook together.
Rob Bull's latest joke is pretty funny.
What's that?
My wife said she wants to donate her old clothes to the Salvation Army so starving people can buy and wear them. I told her that anyone who can fit into her clothes certainly isn't starving.
Oh. Well, I had a lot of ex-partners where I wanted to donate their kidneys to someone that deserved them, and their heart.
But they didn't have one.
Take a good surgeon to find it. I had a partner once. And she was lovely. And she basically said to me, "Oh, never asked to marry me." And I went, "Okay, you were the one that came on to me, right? I don't like commitment, righto." And then she was angry I cheated on her.
Oh, right. She probably should have been more specific then.
Well, the girl I cheated on actually wanted to be with me. You're going, well, okay, if I say to you, mate, you're the pizza until a better one comes along. But she's never actually been with anyone since then. She's, and that was like 15 years ago. And every guy she goes with, same thing. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just a bit too autistic to be with the dude. I think he'd have to be pretty special to be able to.
That's why I'll never go with a dude either.
Alone time as well, so you have to. Sometimes people are a bit clingy, and it's nice to have time when I can be alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to be going here, there, and everywhere either.
That's Joe Hurdle. That's a really good way. No men would ever go into hurdles. Anyone that's came in like a wrecking ball. Why would a man ever do hurdles? That's made for women. You're not going to jump over hurdles with your junk hanging low. You're definitely not going to be able to do it when you're 40. Hey, Drunk Aussies here. G'day, cousin team. Can't stay long, just stopping by to say hi, have a good night, and all Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, Drunk Aussie, for that. I'll sip this lager at 19, I'll call it. And, mate, all the best to you. And make sure that you have a great Christmas. But remember, Christmas is not about spending money on each other. It's about spending time together. Mate,
Yeah, I did.
do you have any other questions before you get out of here, friend? And this one's for you too, mate. This is a hug back to you from the Kraken below the surface of the ocean. Look at him. That's like a boozer parade too.
It's a Kraken! Feed him a mother-in-law. That should make him happy. Welcome, calamari.
Still can't get over that lass.
Rob Bull said that looks like his sister.
Really?
Well, that's what he said. I don't know if his sister really looks like that.
Jesus, what's your postcode, Rob? Yep. Joel Hurdle. That's rough, mate. Not sure what that one's about. Hey, is everyone drunk in the stream tonight? No, apparently my voice sounds like Pat Benatar at the moment.
Yeah. Does it? I'm absolutely, totally sober.
Rowdy B, ETVC on a Thursday. That's the boozer. I tell you what, team. Rowdy, Benno is as close to a brother as possible. And Rowdy, you're who I think about every time someone talks about dumb grunts. Because this guy, not only is he smart enough to be one of my best friends, judo brother, but he's a scientist. Now, this guy went from infantry to a scientist and flies around in choppers looking for the Judas goat to make it bloody dob in its buddies. If you don't know what a Judas goat is, the Judas goat is the goat that they put a beacon on it because they're smart enough to know to get out of the damn village. Did he now? As the Channel 7 chopper chills them to their feet, all four of them, hooves that is. And when they get out of there, and basically what they do is they put a tracker on this son of a bitch from Pandora. It goes and hangs out with the others, makes new friends with them, and then it's basically the narc. Here they are. These are the droids you're looking for. Billy, Goat Gruff. So Benny's an intelligent guy, cannot do backflips, and that's a long story. He lives in Orange. He's a great dude. And he was in Rwanda with us and has been basically a brother ever since. And all their reunions, he's a good coffee guy too. Tall, handsome bloke. Doesn't need a haircut. He's got none left. Say good day to Jazz, mate. He's beautiful little girl. I hope she's having a great crack and lead up to Christmas, mate. I bet she'd love the little puppy I've got, Achilles. Dole Hurdle says, no hurdle too big. Looks like I'm going to infantry, guys. Abras Combat Engineers is full. We'll be joining the 343. Well, Joel, you're going to have a great time. Just remember that you'll have a job to do as well. Got to watch for those goat squirters, mate. You do. From Pandora. Pandora always looks like you're getting a cheap bracelet for someone, but by the time you make the full thing, holy shit, for something with no gold on it, it's worth a cracker. Hey, put a thumbs up if you're going to go to Buckaroony's stream tomorrow night.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's his big stream over there. We're going to go and represent there.
Yep.
And,
you'll have a New Year's Eve stream.
He's raising money for something. I'm not sure what it is.
Right. Are you going to stream over New Year's Eve?
I don't know where I'll be.
Right, Robble's just asking.
I
probably won't be here because we normally have a little bit of a shindig.
Is that offensive to people with shin splints?
Probably. Offensive to someone.
Oh. Jeez, I'm tired. Daz!
Yeah, you would eat.
Daz, thanks for the opals again, mate. I love it. Look at those, ready? Got the opals. They're not old oysters.
Yeah. Opals are my birthstone.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's poison ivy.
What?
Lurker's here.
There's the lurker.
Sebastian Gorka is here. Really, Joel, I'm planning on applying for combat engineers early next year. They work too hard, man. Engineers work too hard. They do. There's always another job to do, and it's not like Lego. Right? That was shit.
Compared to Rob Wool's on fire tonight with the jokes.
Yeah. So much has happened this year to the soldiers that served this year and helped people, whether it be in... Does everyone remember the bushfires at the start of 2020?
Yeah.
That was such a big deal, and then that all disappeared for COVID. And then COVID, and now we're getting ready to go into 2021. All right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's been a big year for the stream. Didn't have to start a new channel. That's always good.
Yeah, it's been a blast. I'm looking forward to doing a whole lot of different reaction videos to shit you just didn't know existed. I've got a video. All I want to do is tell you about it now, but I'm not going to.
Don't spoil the surprise.
But one thing I will tell you is that Apple have basically announced they're going to go up against Tesla. They've got $73 billion set aside for the car. My question to them would be, when you've got a mobile phone that only holds charge for 2 hours, should you really be working on cars yet? When you're on iteration 12, maybe stick with phones. Go ahead, tips for me, guys. Joel, mate, just go. Full-time could be different. Full-time's always going to be different, mate. Full-time military is completely different to Army Reserve. The reason I'll tell you is you don't have to compulsory turn up to Army Reserve. You can't tap out in the regular Army. There is no ifs. There is nowhere to hide. There is no hermit cell to go back into. There is no tap out. And a lot of people's ambitions can destroy them as well. There's a really fine line between, do you want rank or do you want the adventure and to be there for the role? If you rise too quickly, there's no reward at the end. Just because you get the promotion doesn't mean, oh, awesome, successful career. You can have a successful career by being a signals section commander or det commander your entire life because you did the job. If you know how to not spend your money, you can also be quite wealthy by the end. Yeah. It's all up to you, mate. It's who you want to work around, who you want to be with you, and are you willing to, really fully commit to something, or do you have something that's amazing and you want to have a balanced life between your civilian expectations and your Army Reserve commitments that can be extremely difficult as well. Never presume because it's Army Reserve it's not going to be hard. I think that's a big mistake people make, thinking, oh, it's only the Army Reserve. You go, dude, you're going to do a condensed course, you're going to be around other people, you're going to be pushed to the limits as well. And you still got a signature that's on the paperwork that says, should glass be broken, you can't escape your commitment now. Yep.
Yep, that's true. Commitment is a word we just throw around, but it has an actual meaning, and it's all on you. If you commit to do something, you really you should think very carefully before you commit to something.
I think Delegate's pregnant. Delegate is late.
Yeah,
I think it's a boy.
I found the first box for my dream guy. I've got it, Fletcher's right. I've got to write it down so when I meet them, I can tick that box.
That's right.
Someone who can go outback prospecting with me. I'd love that.
I'm a big fan of the prospecting, and I'm not trying to get on you and tick your box here, but
You're tick boxes. You know
okay.
that.
I would love to do. Picture this. Discomfort is how you make a fortune these days. Whether it be choose a trade that people don't or can't or won't do, or to get into something like Jim's mowing, not Jim's, into mowing, and that is a significant amount of money. There's still a lot of it is black cash as well, but you can also need debt collectors to go and get the dickheads that won't pay. But with gold, go to your Victorian goldfields and put your equipment on, your wetsuit and your face mask, and go under the water in those eddies. And because the water is bone-chillingly cold and painful, more likely so many areas have never been touched. Yep. My shares bounced back today, which is good.
That is good. Yeah, Madison's here.
Hey, Madison, how you going? She's on leave.
Yeah, she just got another tattoo.
What is it of, Madison? It's not a snake coming out of a skull's eye, the eyeball of a skull, is it? The eye socket?
Well, if it is, that's okay.
I've just never understood the context.
No, I don't. Nor have I, but, people like skulls.
Hey, Cane and Peppers, these are from Cooper Pedy too, mate. Lauren, a lot of my family grew up in Cooper Pedy. If you get the chance, look up a show called Opal Hunters. Some amazing colours.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'd love Coopedi. I tell you what, because I've always wanted to live in a cave. So I would love one of those little houses. Imagine if I had a little underground house there. That'd be awesome.
You'd know if you pissed me off, because they'd go, what are you doing? Going, escaping. I'd be just digging. Going that direction.
I'm putting in a new room. Yeah.
Every time your missus says something that pisses you off, or mister, especially if you're a sailor, retired, you go over and just hit the wall once. Every time they say something or nag you, times that over 20 years, mate, and you've got a man cave.
Literally.
Up to eight tattoos, Madison.
Yeah. I kind of might have melted together.
I'm going to get a tattoo of a quote, tastes like chicken.
About sailors' foreskins. You said that before.
That's Joel. That's fine, mate. That's fine. Joel's just saying, Kaz, I'm sorry I changed a bank recently, so my Patreon payment stopped. Look, everyone has got different commitments in their life, mate. The whole point of Patreon is to help you in a way that I don't have to message, I don't have to text. and you can be on this bat phone one-on-one conversations. At the same time, providing a monthly donation that goes towards someone who's never heard of In the Trenches with Kaz. So everyone's back gets scratched. That's fine. Joel, it's no worries, mate. Take it easy. And thank you for what you have done. Lauren, I would be if it was socially acceptable guardian. Madison, no, Tyson Moore, not really, mate. Not sure what's going on.
Good night, Addie. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I'll be on at least once before Christmas, okay? I promise. For Addie. For Addie, boy! Sebastian Allen goes, do you think Sappers is one of the toughest jobs in the army? I do. I want my role to be as challenging as it can be. Look, it's easy to say that, Sebastian, but what happens when it's 10 years on? And you go, I can't keep doing this. You know, it's the same with infantry, I guess. You know, but, you know, gravity will take care of the rest. A couple of Aslavs, spare soon, Spatty, Stoddy, yep.
Because he was thinking he should get a tank for his next car. He's wondering what he should get next. You know, Freddie suggested a poo brown Volvo, which would be a real chick magnet, wouldn't it? You could see him cruising for chicks with his arm hanging out of a poo brown Volvo. But then he thought maybe a tank and then the trees wouldn't be a problem.
It's one of those things where it's hard to hide models when you get a girl come over the first time. And you know when a girl looks up and sees a model, they're going to go, oh, shit, what sort of dude is this? I've just started dating a train spotter. Oh, shit. Put a thumbs up. You don't have to tell me what it is, but put a thumbs up if you've got a really geeky or embarrassing hobby. Male or female, it doesn't matter, unless that's your hobby. You know, Put a thumbs up if you've got an embarrassing hobby that you would not want someone on a first date to find out about.
Do I have one? I wonder. You know, most of my female friends think it's a bit embarrassing that I love history and
what?
Like, yeah, I know.
What sort of freak would? That doesn't make sense to me.
But you know, I'm not one of those girls who loves shopping. You know.
I don't understand the shopping. To me, that is batshit crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
Actively hoarding while you're trying to get rid of shit at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I do a big haul once a year and get rid of stuff to make room for other stuff. You know, everything here in my home has place. So, you know, I don't really need a lot of stuff.
You even found a spot for a retired sniper.
I did. I made him a spot.
There is an underground hotel there, Lauren.
Yeah, I've got to go there.
I thought he was talking about some sort of hobby.
Yeah, we're talking about Caveland, Cooper Pedy.
Yeah, I would love it. You know, to me that's a great shit, but having been Cooper Pedy,
yeah,
that is a weird place, man.
You know,
that is like the Bronx.
I might fit right in.
It's like it looks like Mad Max 2.
Yeah, I might fit right in. I'm a bit strange. It's pizza with a knife and fork. What?
It's a Kraken.
Have you
Feed
seen
him a mother-in-law? That should make him happy. Welcome, calamari.
Go and watch Octopus Volcano. That's amazing. Really amazing.
That?
That's about look at all the people with the embarrassing hobbies.
Well, yeah.
Big game of thousands of hours in games when I was in high school.
That's not embarrassing.
Big Game Hunter, it is if your girlfriend's a vegan.
Yeah, that could be slightly awkward, but she should be one who's embarrassed.
Joel used to play Warhammer. Ask Lauren what she used to play.
Yeah, I still play. I still play Dungeons and Dragons. That's my doggy hobby, I suppose. Yeah.
Hey, see you, Fletch. Fletch is leaving because we're about to find out about his hobby.
Yeah, I feel no shame for it.
Do you know what Fletch's hobby is?
What?
Being awesome.
Yeah, because he is awesome.
You know, for the dude that got the award at Kapuka and then was looking on track to go well, but then got bloody, basically, what do you call it? What's that sickness in your lungs?
Pneumonia.
You know, the day before going out for his defensive activity. Poor bastard. You know, Fletch, all the best to you and Vic. Let's talk soon so we can catch up.
Yeah, lovely.
History is amazing because you can go and visit it.
Yeah, I even just love reading about it, because I like to read old books. People might think that's a dorky hobby. I read, like, books from the Middle Ages and things.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a dorky. Yeah, I love
It's not
D&D.
dorky.
Joel, there's nothing dorky about D&D. I love it. I've been playing it since I was a little girl.
Madison says, Kaz, how's pucker? Pucker sucks, mate. That's Spanish for shit, which would be mierda, actually. No, pucker sucks, but it's part of the, it's just part of the loop. You go there, you do your ATs, or you get posted there, and then you go up to Townsville or Brisbane or Darwin or wherever. Let us know what you think about it, because you might love it. Last time I was there, someone had just been attacked by a kangaroo on the way to go and get a cup of coffee.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
I remember not only being at Masada, being there and looking at the mosaics on the walls and the bars and all that.
That you just made me swoon.
It was awesome. But the place that really touched me was being down in the tombs at the pyramids of Giza, and going down there and actually touching the hieroglyphics on the walls, and you're going, this was designed and made probably more than 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And the acoustics in there are crazy.
But you need to take someone who's a good singer down there.
Yeah. Look, there has been so many situations that I could not have done if I hadn't been in the military. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We live in a blessed world. If you're just willing to take the reins and start a life and know that each year is bookended by getting told to see you later, go on leave, and then go home, and after a while you don't really go back and see your civilian friends as much anymore. Do you know why, bub? They don't want to hear about your stories anymore. People actually get a bit jealous of hearing the adventure that you're doing, because quite often there's people within your friend circles that, one, didn't think you could do it and they succeeded, or were going to do it and then didn't do it and they regret it. You don't go down there to rub it in their face, but you have a calling when you go home, and AK and the son of PK will be experiencing this. Madison, no doubt, will experience this, where all you want to do is go back to your friends, to your tribe, to your herd. Yep.
To those who get you and those who you've got the in-jokes with and who understand. Yeah.
To have a conversation with people, and Dave, do you know this already, where you don't have to quarantine anything you say, not a single subject. If anything, it's like turning up to every barbecue you've ever been to on the piss, but it's already 3 o'clock in the morning and there's no such thing of any of the titles or statements that come with the conversations that you have. And everyone is willingly participating or injecting what they think into that topic. It's amazing. And then it starts off like that. What other part of life can you be sat under a piece of plastic called a hoochie in an area that's below zero while it's freezing cold and raining, and sit beside someone you don't like for 4 hours every day, at night?
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't sound like a great review, but when you're there, I'm sure there's things that are good about it.
Well, the good thing is, if you're the fuckwit, if you're the one that no one likes, then you will still get people sitting beside you and learning, now I know what makes you tick. And that might be where you say, we'll say, for example, that it's Kaz and Stoddy or whatever, and I might say something to Stoddy like, hey, Stoddy, how come you're such a wanker? What do you mean? Go, why are you such a wanker? You're a dickhead. No one likes you. And I'm not talking about reality here, but I'm saying these conversations happen. Because you're not looking at each other. You're looking out your night vision equipment on. So you're talking to someone beside them without actually looking around and talking to them. You're sharing the space. So what happens is you don't actually get to see each other's facial cues, which means people will actually let the barriers down. And then before you know it, that person might go, to tell you the truth, man, I think I've got undiagnosed Asperger's, and sometimes I just don't get it. And I go a little bit off tap, and I don't understand why people don't like what I say. And you can get allies after that go, gotcha, man, gotcha, no worries. And then all of a sudden, you've got a friend from someone who understands you a little bit more now.
Yep.
It's like, it's amazing what happens on pickets. Hey, Jessie.
Yep, Jessie's here. Hi, Jessie. How's the little one? Ready for her first Christmas?
That's a good one.
A bull.
I was reading that at the same time. A D&D joke, why did the troll fall back with his army? He didn't want to be overrun by the enemy.
Oh,
That's horrible.
Yeah, very droll.
Dave D was saying, Richo, tell me again how you lost the harbour location coming back from the picket. Yeah. I wasn't asleep. Yeah, we had an awesome bloke called Boundo.
Okay.
We'll have to go in a second. Let you people respect your time as you're getting ready to go.
I've got a good question for you, though, before we go from ads in the comments.
Awesome. Can you just remember that one for 2 seconds?
I've
I was 19. I was 19 when I joined the army, man. We had a guy named Jason Bowden, and he was one of my soldiers.
Yep.
And he was on picket, and it was daytime, and he needed to do a piss and a shit. And he didn't want to be disturbed. And he took a walk, found a spot, turned around a couple of times. When he was finished, stood up and went, where am I? There's no talking team. And he ended up crossing river and dale and just walking, and realised, not only did I not bring my gear with me, but I've compromised myself, and he didn't know we were packing up to leave as well. We were lucky to get him back, and it was a fluke. It wasn't through skill. Never be afraid of dropping your pants in front of people to drop a chiquito, because one, no one's looking at your ass. If they do, they don't judge on it. Can I take my table tennis set up to Kapuka? If you've got 2 paddles, mate.
Okay, ads you asked. Hey Kaz, love the content. On a serious note, is 40 too old to join RAF as an airfield defence guard? Friends and family tell me I'm too old. Honest opinion, please.
I would say you're probably too old for that. And we've got lovely Hibiscus here. How you going, darling? Good to have you here, mate. And I know you're going to have a great Christmas. I can feel it.
Sure.
I hope your little one is looking forward to Christmas too. Really exciting stuff. Being a parent is an amazing thing, especially at Christmas time when you see their face as they wake up.
Being a nan is pretty good too. I had the little ones up help me finish decorating my tree today, and it was so great.
Yeah. Let us know what special thing you're doing, Miss Hibiscus, for Christmas for you at the end of this 2020. 40 years old going to AGI, you're not just going there to do a job. Are you physically capable? I don't know. I don't know you, mate. But are you intellectually able to, one, be able to gel with the team, which is probably going to be made up of people that could be in their early 20s. That could be a real grating thing for you to try and fit in with them. What is it about the AGIs that you want to do? Because that will determine, is there something magic about AGIs that you want to go to, or is it the people that are going to AGIs? Did you have a family member that did it? Because at the end of the day, you didn't do it before 40. We close a lot of doors as we get older. Will someone 40 come to infantry? I wouldn't recommend it. Army Reserve Infantry, absolutely. Completely different.
Yeah. Have a look around. There's lots of jobs that might be okay for someone who's a bit older, but you want to still have as long a career as you can too. So
I'm gonna say something now that I reckon would be a goddamn awesome job. Awesome. awesome. And this is what it is. And this is for someone who doesn't necessarily want to fully commit and go away, but to be perfect for you. Dave, I'd be looking forward to seeing what you say on this one as well. Hey, Mr. Bryce, how you going? Remember, Adji's Special Forces. Very true. Howard Green, born on parade. And Michael Stott. Imagine this for a job where you go out and go, it's not because I won't commit to regular army, but what I want is to have because remember, if you go to Army Reserve, you're also not going to get all the benefits of postings to locations, doing exchanges to locations. You're not going to do things like go to Masada. You're not going to go to Sinai. You're not going to go to America. You're not going to do those things. Okay, so just remember that. But you get paid tax-free. You get the excitement. You get friendship. You make great mates. Responsibility. Awesome equipment. You know, some of the stuff you do is unparalleled, and you're going to be around very, very enthusiastic people who wear an Australian uniform with the rising sun and the slouch hat. Hopefully it's been bashed, Dave. But imagine if you did that and you also had an ABN and you did a lawn mowing business, but not Jim's mowing. So you're not paying the administration fees for all the other shit. And you also had a van where you did a coffee van. So a coffee van, lawn mowing business, and Army Reserve. So you're going between these three crowds, getting tax-free money with Army Reserve, who's paying your, potentially reimbursing you for your work in your coffee van or for your lawn mowing business, where you can work as hard as you want or less if you want, and have a gap from your business by going to an Army Reserve 6-week camp. Absolutely no drama at all. I don't know. You know, I've met people similar to this from Canada, you know, who all they did was have businesses, mundane businesses like ice cream van, coffee van, and then doing lawn mowing businesses and getting the snow off driveways. And they'd work like a dog for 3 months and then go overseas and live off an oily rag for the next 9 months. Yeah. Whatever you choose, this is your life. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And you do get choices in it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that the other day, weren't we, about how the tiniest choice can just totally change your life.
Well, it introduces you to a whole new bunch of compadres. Yeah.
Yep, that's true. All right, are we going to get out of here? It's now.
Let's get out of here. Let's dream of Xbox. Which would be a horrible pillow, but...
Better if you didn't, you know, better than nothing.
Yeah. Hey, there's Christopher. Good chat. Am leading to the Army Reserves at 39 for infantry. A chippy in the normal world. So you're a hard-working guy. I totally recommend that, Chris, because by going over there, you're going to get all the feel of the infantry while still having all your skills of a chippy, keep your family happy, and your rate's still been having a beer in between. You're getting good life balance. I think fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you again, mate. Make sure you subscribe to him if you haven't already. One, you pop up on the screen beside the young lass's name, the young lass's picture. But two, we can have conversations. We can dig deep in where I'm not inside your inner circle. I'm not here to judge you. We're here to just have a communique, and you might get a more honest response. Carl P is back. Jay Hayes. Just say dream of sex bots.
Is that what
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Miss Beautiful Hibiscus. Thanks, Kaz. Need to hear that. Hope you're well, beautiful Lauren. There you go.
I am. I've got my new glasses. Everyone who's been so kind over on my channel waiting for a new video. There will be one out very soon, perhaps even before Christmas.
Interesting. And are you going to be there tomorrow? Oh, you won't be there tomorrow night for...
Yeah, I'm going to try and be there. Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there. I'm going to look on Buckaroonies tomorrow night. If you're not doing anything, team, we can always go rushing in there.
Yeah.
G'day, Mr. Buckaroony.
Yeah, rush Mr. Buckaroony's stream. That'd be great. So if you can make it, try and make it.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do now, Daz? And thank you very much for the opals. Look at that hibiscus, Miss Hibiscus.
What a beautiful gift.
All hand gotten. She probably thinks she's got a lovely island complexion. She probably thinks they're oysters. They're not. They're opals, my dear.
No, she's lovely inside and out. Is our hibiscus.
Yeah. I never swear when I'm online when hibiscus is on here.
That's very.
Yeah. She makes me. She soothes the wild beast, so to speak.
Yeah.
Mitchie.
That's what ladies should do.
Got my PFA February the 2nd and going for Artillery Observer. That's a good job. What's your thoughts on that role? It's an excellent job, but don't go to Darwin. Do not go to Darwin. And I'll tell you why the next stream. With that, we're going to get out of here because tomorrow I'm going to wear my puppy like a mustache.
He's so adorable.
He's a beautiful dog and he doesn't stink. But I tell you what, as soon as I don't know if you've seen him, this hibiscus, but when you give him a bath, and I always have a bath with him, when you get out and you think you can get him as dry as possible, a little grizzly bear, he just runs to somewhere he's never been before in the house, rolls in the carpet and just pisses on the floor like he doesn't even care about the repercussions. It's like a soldier on leave. Awesome stream, Kaz and team. Sorry we didn't talk so much about military tonight. It was just about filling the gaps, team. Just talking to you and remember that this is a community and we've got plenty more coming your way. So take it easy, guys and gals.
Good night, everyone.